Welcome back, everyone. So we are on the last segment of our conversation with Neelasha, and she comes from a very, very different, school, not a conventional high school. She's from NCSSM, so she has detailed out every aspect of her high school, how she, it prepared her for her college application, and we had, detailed conversation on the essays, on the prompts, the volunteering. So we, have touch point on all the aspect which kind of have you ready for your college. Now we from all our conversation we know that you are coming from a very rigorous environment, and also along that line you had to kind of prepare your college essays. So let us know that how did you deal the fatigue aspect of it. I know the curriculum is so daunting, and again you have this aspect which is also to figure out your next 4 years, the building block of your next 4 years. So how did you deal with that? And let us know on something about those lines. I know it's not very specific to your application, but then of course the emotional aspect also we want to know from you.
Yeah, that was definitely like one of the biggest things I struggled with, especially because junior year is already hard enough, and then having to worry about colleges and potential college applications and all of that was even more. But I think something that definitely helped me when it came to specifically writing essays and dealing with that on top of school is that I set specific deadlines for myself. So I would just tell myself, like, oh, I'm gonna have my personal statement done before school starts. Oh, I'm gonna have this college's supplementals done before October. I'm gonna have this college's done before November, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And just like making sure I adhered to those deadlines, it definitely really helped me because just having the mindset that, oh, like I can work on that later, I still have time. Like, no, I have to do it now so that I don't again make myself miserable and have to do it all like within like the last few weeks before New Year's or whatever. So yeah, that was definitely something that helped. There were a lot of late nights for sure, but just knowing that I had friends who were going through the same thing, like we would literally dedicate hours to just like sitting in our hall lounge and working on college apps and stuff like that. So
Wow. So, sailing it through and conquering it all together, join hands, and then, yeah, you were lucky, I guess, because of the fact that you were in the residential program, you had all your friends in one place, and everybody dealing and everybody on the same boat, and you all trying to sail it out. So, I guess that was, that helped you, right? So, yeah. So let's now go into the aspect of, and I know you mentioned offline that the activity section. So it's not something that, everything is so structured and, you're having a cakewalk because you're in NCSSM. There are a lot of confusion. Also, there are a lot of chaos that runs in your mind. So let us know about that, and how did you kind of iron out that chaos when it did struck you?
Yeah, so that's definitely something that I was more confused about going into the college app process, because you're only limited to 10 things that you can put on your common app, and there's like a definitive ranking, and I personally, like, I was struggling a lot with what I wanted to put as higher ranked versus what I wanted to put as lower ranked. So I would just say, like, my biggest advice for that is just focus on what like what you've demonstrated interest in the most, specifically like stuff again that relates to your major and stuff that you've been continuously passionate about throughout like all of your 4 years of high school. So for example, my like top things were BME related and dance related, which definitely is something that I would advise everyone to do, to make sure that their top ranked activities have to do with their major or with something that they've displayed passion for like throughout their entire high school career. So yeah, I would also say talk to a counselor about which activities would just make you look better to a college admissions officer, and make those more higher ranked as well. Yeah.
Wow, lovely. So I guess you gave such a valuable, insight, Nilasha, that if you have a confusion, and how is it that you're going to iron out that chaos is, rank yourself first. Firstly, write it down, rank it yourself, and then, of course, you have help. You have counselors to kind of, give you that guidance that how you have to rank it. There is there's no good living with that chaos. It's always good to kind of iron that out, putting your best foot, and the best thing that you think is would speak volume about you. So that was very, very deep and valuable and a lovely guidance, Nilasha. So we now know how you have kind of graded your the activity section. Now let's now in general, since you come from a very, very different environment of schooling, you were in the residential program, so let us just throw, I mean, let us give you the floor to kind of give and talk your heart out on the do's and don'ts and anything and everything that you think would, all the viewers, all the students, high schoolers, seniors who are kind of preparing for the grind or in this process, will help them. So yeah, I mean, just let us know, because we are so interested to kind of know those insights from you. So yeah, let's get started on that.
Okay. Well, I would say when it comes to college apps and what you put on your college apps, my number one piece of advice is to focus on like specific things that you have been displaying a passion for throughout your entire high school career. So like again, focus on the activities that relate to your major, or focus on these one or two hobbies that you've been doing like throughout your entire life. Because it's not as good to an admissions officer if they see that you did like a bunch of random things that don't even like relate to your major and don't really have a specific like focus capacity on. So yeah, definitely quality over quantity. Don't be like a jack of all trades type person. Like you'll try to be, how they say, master of none. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely focus on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also say, like, when it comes to GPA and test scores, they are very important, obviously, but I wouldn't sacrifice everything else just to have like a really good GPA or a really good test score.
Balance it out.
Yeah.
Don't go for the overkill. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Ultimately, I do think extracurriculars play like a very important part of how the admissions officers see you, because nowadays most colleges, especially like elite colleges, they do admissions as like a holistic process. So they'll see everything that you do like as a person, and they won't just like reject you immediately if you have like less than a 4.0 GPA, stuff like that. They'll look at everything that you do as a person, which is why I think extracurriculars and essays are really like two of the most important things when it comes to college apps, because those are the things that'll make you seem unique from other people, and not just I just study all day, I just work all day, and I don't do anything else. Yeah,
I think also on that note, all the extracurriculars that you have done and you're presenting yourself, and why the reviewers kind of just not see your academic excellence, but also sees all those things, because that way when you are put in a situation, you know how to write back from that, or kind of it kind of gives you a strategy, just a life skill basically. So like you have volunteered in a cat shelter, you have taken care of the all the cats, and and I'm sure at time it has made you a very empathetic, a very it has made you a person today you are, right? So that's what the college reviewers are also kind of looking in your application. It's just not how far and how much you have beaten up on your grades and SAT score and ACT score, but above and beyond, what have you done? So that's a very very good piece of suggestion, Neelasha, that don't try to kind of overcrowd yourself with clubs, overcrowd with yourself with only marks and grades, because that's not going to speak volume about you. You have to also project out something else and differently that will speak about you. So yeah, that was a very, very good piece of suggestion, and I'm sure many are benefiting out of all the conversation and all the details that you have shared with us today. So if you want more content and more guidance, more knowledge sharing coming your way, you only have to subscribe the channel. You have to like the channel, because that way we will be encouraged that we have to get you more information. We have more such journeys. Everybody's journey is different, though we all know that we are talking and dwelling and dealing with high schoolers and college freshmen, but everybody's journey is different, and we are trying to bring that journey to you, and you have takeaways from every journey. So we can get you more such insight, more such information only if you help us on subscribing the channel and encouraging us. So we'll have a few more and lot more conversation around the college application. For now, thank you. We really enjoyed our conversation with you, Neelasha, and thank you so much for all your insights and valuable information, and all the best for your college, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye for now.